Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the 2025 WHL Championship Series Game 2 post-game. We're joined by Medicine Hat Tigers forward Caden Lindstrom, head coach Willie Desjardins, and forward Hunter St. Martin. Coach, we'll start with your assessment of tonight's game.
Oh, I thought Spokane played really well. I thought they were quicker than us in the first period. They were just a little bit hungrier. I don't think there's much more than that. They just played a really good game, and they outplayed us tonight, and they deserved the game.
James Tubb, Medicine Hat News. Willie, was that the response you expected from Spokane, and just kind of how did you think you guys handled that throughout the game?
Well, I did expect that from Spokane. I was impressed with them last night. I think they got a really good hockey team. I don't think we handled it great. I don't think that was our best game, but you only play as well as the other team lets you play as well. So they just outplayed us. They were quicker, and all the 50-50 pucks went their way. So we got to take a look at a few things, but it was not quite the way we wanted to respond. I thought we played pretty good in the second. We had a chance. Hunter hit the goal post. I would have put it 4-3. Maybe that would have made it different, but in the end, they deserved it.
Do you think that the St. Martin's chance there, do you think that lingered maybe into the third period and just Spokane was able to take the game through there?
Yeah, if it did, it shouldn't have. There was no reason. We were down by 2. We have to be hungry, and they just capitalized and we didn't.
For you, Caden, just scoring, it's been a long time scoring. Just kind of how nice was that there in the first period?
Yeah, scoring goals is fun and all, but I think winning's better. If you can score as many goals as you want, but if you don't win the game, it's not the best. So yeah.
Hunter, you guys get a day of travel here, and then try to respond here in Game 3. What is the takeaway for you guys here, and to use a day off before Tuesday?
Yeah, I think they just outplayed us, plain and simple. They won more battles than us. They got more bounces, and I think now we take and reflect what we can, and we got to rebound. It's a quick turnaround here on the bus, and we got to get Tuesday.
Dave Nichols from the Spokesman Review. Coach, it seemed like tonight was a little bit more physical, a little more chippy. Is that something that you want to play physical with Spokane to try to take their speed out of it a little bit?
No, I think we're a fast team too, so I think both teams are really similar. So I think both teams play physical. It's playoff hockey. You're going to have lots of intensity, and it'll only grow as the series goes on, so it's not going to get less, but both teams play hard.
Darren Stecke, Stankstrom, and Prince Albert Daily Herald Mess at News Alum. Will, I guess for you guys as coaches, because it felt like they kind of had a key on where the puck was going. I guess how much work do you guys do in the video room now to maybe see if they picked up on some tendencies and try to counter some things here?
Yeah, I think that they have some things they did. We just didn't play our game. We weren't quick enough. And if you're not first to the puck, then it doesn't matter what you're doing. It's not going to work. So our group didn't have a great game tonight, but it's one game. That's just what it is in playoffs. As soon as it's over, it's gone, and you're just looking for the next one.
Willie, for you guys, just Tanner Molendijk taking that puck, it seemed to the face. Did you get to see him here before you came, or just an update on Tanner?
No, I didn't see him before I came, but he was playing, so I think he's fine.
Caden, just through 2 games here coming back, what's the feeling like for yourself here, being able to, respond with a day off and just, being good enough to play?
Yeah, I mean, me and all the guys are going to take this day off and really recover our bodies and do whatever we can to be fresh for Spokane. Yeah, and we're gonna go into Spokane pushing and yeah.
Willie, just for you to have the alumni here from 04 and 07, what does that mean, and their support and just having those groups together?
Yeah, it's a pretty special group. It's always hard to win, so it's a really, really special group. But this is a good group too. I like our group. We've had lots of challenges before, and we'll see if we can come back. But I like our group. I like our character. So, it's a fun group to coach.
We'll wrap it up there. Caden, Willie, Hunter, thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the 2025 WHL Championship Series presented by Nutrient Game 2 postgame. We're joined by Chiefs forward Andrew Crystal, head coach Brad Lauer, and forward Mathis Preston. Coach, we'll start with your assessment of your team's response tonight.
It's a response we wanted. Obviously, we didn't want to give up that first goal that quick, but I thought our kids, it didn't faze them. I thought we stuck with it and found a way. We got a really good first period. Able to score 4, so it was a good response. It was a good start. This is what we wanted.
Thank you.
Yep.
Dave Nichols with the Spokesman Review. Brad, it seemed like tonight was a little chippier, a little more physical. How did you think you responded to that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a little more physical. I think, it's going to be. I mean, the emotions, obviously, the more important the games get down the road here as we go. I think just I wouldn't say it's overly physical, but I think it's good playoff hockey, and I think that's the emotions of the game.
We've seen it throughout the playoffs where you guys surrender that first goal, but it's how you answer to those 4 goals in 4:36. Just talk a little bit about the response there specifically in the first period to give you that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we talked about the importance of our start. We wanted to have a good start, and, they got that one. I mean, they were just as ready to, and, but I liked our bench. We were all saying the right things, and, it didn't really faze us. We stuck with it like we have for most of the playoffs. When we get down, we stuck with it, and, we just kept chipping away at this thing. I thought we got our legs going and got our legs underneath us, and we started playing the way we wanted, the way we talked about, the way we looked at video, and wanted to make those changes that we wanted to make. And you could see our game coming after that first goal we gave up.
Mathis, talk us through the goal. Obviously, a tremendous individual effort by Martin along the boards. Talk us what you saw on that.
Yeah, Mays kind of just chipped it out of the zone there, and Marty made a great play, like you said, and yeah, I kind of just have to finish it off, so didn't have to do much. But yeah, it was an unreal play by him.
Your first 2 finals games here. Give us your general impressions here.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great environment. They're sold out every night, and it's super fun to play with all these fans, and kind of being the away team, it gives you energy too, not just the home team. And yeah, it's lots of fun, and I think our team feeds off it.
James Tubb, Medicine News. Andrew, just for your top line, or for your line there to respond as you guys did to tonight and have the success, just how important was that for you guys, and just, confidence-wise importance?
Yeah, it was big. I think, not just our line, but all 4 lines played, an unreal game. But we obviously wanted to have a little bit more of a bounce-back game. And, I thought 5-5, we played pretty well. So, yeah, it gives us a lot of confidence, especially heading back home. Hopefully keep going.
How nice is it having a visor again and not the ball?
Yeah, it feels good. I felt the wind hit my face. And, yeah, it was nice. It was good to be back.
Mathis, just for you, as a 16-year-old coming in here and getting in the finals, and you strip a puck to set up a goal and score yourself, just kind of the feeling to have this kind of success here at this level.
Yeah, I think it's huge. Just I think individual success is the team success, and Marty's in a great spot and kind of all alone in front, and yeah, I kind of just gave it to him.
Brad, for you guys now, you get to go back home, and you get 3 games and, a chance to win the series at home. Just kind of the response you're looking for your group, when you get back to Spokane.
Well, I just think, when we're not, I think this is going to be a long series. I think we talked about it. We're a team that doesn't get too far down the road. We just think of the next game. So obviously that first game back home is going to be important for us. We got to make sure we're ready. And, we made the adjustments that we needed to make today. I thought in the second period, we got into penalty trouble. Got a little bit on our heels. They had a good push in the second against us with 4-on-4 hockey, and there's some of their power plays they had, and we ended up getting our bench shortened because of it. But I thought, in the third period, we got to use our bench, we got to use everybody, and we got our legs going. But this series is long from over. Our focus is making sure we're ready. We'll make a few more changes that we have to for Game 3 and be ready for. To be ready in our barn and with our fans.
Darren Stanky from Stank Ceremon and the Prince Albert Taylor Herald. Brad, first question for you is, seemed like, especially in the first period, you guys had a beat on what the Tigers wanted to do. I guess, how good was the how good do you think your classroom work was on the day off there? Because it looked like the video work showed through there.
Yeah, it wasn't with these guys here. It doesn't take a lot. We didn't have to show them too much. Just some conversations we had, and then we back it up with a little bit of video. This time of the year, a lot of these guys know. After the game when we lost, we kind of asked them some questions about what we needed to be better at. They had all the right answers, so they kind of knew what we needed to focus on. But it wasn't much. Just a couple things here and there. We don't try to overload them, but right now they're good students after this game.
And one more question, I guess any of the guys could answer this one. I'm just going through my photos of Berkeley Catton right now. He's basically a blur in most of them. So how good was he tonight?
Yeah. I mean, he was there. I mean, he understood the importance of this game, and him being our captain, the way he played and the way he came out and skated with the puck, and he wanted to make sure that we weren't going to lose this game, and you could see it by his effort tonight.
Obviously, Medicine Hat isn't a one-man team, but they do have a pretty good one-man. You ended his streak tonight. How do you think that you guys have played against McKenna, and in general, the past two games?
Yeah, I mean, I think, he's a special player. I mean, he's obviously he's put the numbers up. He's had a great year, a good couple of years. I mean, we're just trying to take his time and space away when he's on the ice. I mean, he's going to get his points, he's going to get his opportunities. You just got to make sure you limit them the best you can, and when you have the opportunity to take his ice away on him as quick as we can, we want to do that. But stay in structure, stay in our game.
Brad, how big was Dawson Cowan for you guys tonight, particularly with those penalty kills in the second?
Yeah, no, he was huge. The second period there, when we got into 4-on-4, and they got skating. We got on our heels a little bit, got into penalty trouble to 5-on-3, and then, like you said, 4-on-3. He made those saves that we needed. That was great. And then you want that from your number one goalie. You need him to make those saves. He bailed out a few times in game one. Didn't get the win, bailed us out in the second period, and he got the win, so it was nice to see.
I know it can be hard for you guys to be complimentary of yourselves. So for Mathis, Andrew, as the WHL's top scorer in the 21st century, what do you see from a young guy like that having that kind of performance on this stage?
Yeah, it's awesome. It speaks a lot about his character and his drive to be great. And he's super young and he's just unbelievable. Skates like the wind. He can shoot it, and he thinks the game really high. So for him to have that success out there, it speaks a lot about the work he's put in the summers and all the work that he's done to get here.
We'll wrap it up there. Andrew, Brad, Mathis, thank you for doing this.
Great. Thanks, guys.